note to listeners. The following podcast contains strong language, including a reference to the word. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
Press this again?
Press it and let it go.
Can you tell?
Let me see, sir.
How could you tell?
Yeah, it is. I think it is. I see it's blinking.
That's my dad, Allan Rothbart, in 1983, with some sort of camera tech guy trying to get his new camcorder to work.
Hi, baby.
He's pointing it at me as a baby, his only child. He pulled it out on Saturday mornings to film me. He had an obsession with recording everything. Recently, I've kind of developed the same obsession.
Freeze frame. What a baby. What a face. See, Mommy helps a little bit, but Barry's on his own. Say hi, baby. What's Barry looking at?
It's a weird thing to look into your past and your childhood. It can be strangely disorienting. It's like you've got one foot in the present and one foot stuck in the past. And if you take a step in either direction, you might never find a way back.
Barry. Barry.
Is the audio on also?
Hi, baby. Let's hear the Boozarts. Say something, Barry.
I'm Barry. I didn't talk back then. I do now. And recently, I've started asking some questions, big questions, about my past and who my dad was. Maybe it's like looking back to be like, was he a person? What was he like? Especially after like what happened.
What?
You know, like all the stuff that happened.
Uh-huh.
I have a family of my own now, with my wife Grace and our daughter Rudy, and I'm the one making the baby videos.
There's some watermelon in there. We want to finish that watermelon.
Watermelon or grapes?
This is a puzzle.
Rudy, say watermelon.
You want watermelon or grapes?
Do we have Darius?
I'm giving you grapes. I'm a comedian and an actor. I've been in some stuff. You may have seen me, maybe not. It's fine.
Please welcome the very funny Barry Rothbart. Please welcome Barry Rothbart. Barry!
I saw this. I was at a mall, and this kid was tugging on his dad's shirt. He was like, Daddy, Daddy, when I grow up, I want to be a dancer. And his dad, without missing a beat, looked at this kid and went, Don't you say that! You're a boy! You'll never be a dancer. And I was like, whoa. Did you really just say that to your kid? Have you ever seen a movie? You just made him the greatest dancer to ever live.
But after years of doing stand-up and acting, I decided I needed to do something more personal, to look back and paint a clearer picture of who my dad really was, because the things he did were different than other dads, more unconventional. Like, do you relate to this at all?
I think yes, but I think it's a little bit different because my parents didn't create a whole nother thing, a whole nother kind of version of themselves. I think there's been this myth around your dad for a really long time, and I think, especially when I first met you, I don't know, I think you got a lot of power and a lot of oomph from it.
Especially after something I found out about him when I was 16 years old, which really set him apart from other dads. I found out he got arrested, and he told me that he does illegal shit. And I was just like, what? Yeah. But what started out as just some interviews with friends, family, and people who knew my dad to find out a little bit more about who he really was and things he was doing, ended up uncovering a truth I never saw coming. Something darker and weirder. Something that would change everything I thought I knew about my dad, myself, and the way I saw the world. But more on that in a minute.
Do you actually want to get to the bottom of it, of what it actually was?
Yeah, I think the issue is, what if I don't like what I find?
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.